Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy. Once again, we are live and direct. Let me just get that shirt situated so you guys can see the merch behind me. So far, folks, hanging behind me is the MMA Reloaded. We got two designs. We got the blood drip, black and white, which also comes in black and red, and any other color you want it, man. Just let me know. And then we got the black and gold, the royalty edition. Uh, There's also a King's edition as well, folks. Don't get the two confused. Go over to MMAReloaded.co.uk and, pick your poison from our vast selection. We got jackets, we got hoodies, we got shirts, we got t-shirts. I mean, you know what I mean? Not shirts like you wear on a date or something, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that means I might as well go fucking become a TM Lewin or something. But yeah, folks, we're live and direct once again, folks, after last night's great show with Tom Pagliarulo, episode 14, that was. So, this makes it episode 15. And episode 15, folks, it gives me another pleasure to sit with another great friend of mine. A guy who, I haven't spoken to him in 8 months face to face. We've been speaking, of course, on DMs. I like keeping in touch with him because he is, without a doubt, one of the UK's best welterweights in the world. One of the UK's best welterweights, not in the world yet. Yeah, one of the UK's best welterweights, fighting in Cage Warriors. He was just competing in the four-man welterweight championship tournament. Of course, it didn't go his way in the first round, losing to Jack Grant. There is no shame in that. Jack Grant's a great fighter on the UK scene. He is the Latvian Express, former Cage Steel welterweight champion, Madars Fleminas. Now, folks, the last time we spoke to Madars, there a lot of technical issues. So, hopefully, folks, you guys can get to know the Latvian Express for a great guy he is, very down to earth type of guy, tough as hell, man. Jesus Christ, tough as hell. He's a bad mama jamma. I tell you that one. So, folks, Madars will join us at 3:15 p.m. UK time. And whilst we wait for that time, folks, for me to do the particulars, I wanna just talk about what's coming up this weekend. Yeah, so tonight, folks, to kick off Fight Week, we got one championship, one FC on TNT, number 2. Of course, number 1, we saw Adriano Moraes defend the 1FC flyweight championship against Demetrius Johnson by knocking out DJ. And the thing is here, folks, is I'm going to tell you something about this fight. And you may not like it, you may do. But one championship has always been the promotion where actions have spoken louder than words. The only social media publicity you see are highlight reels. Yeah, highlight reels. Reeling their fighters. Showing the types of fighters they have. Kickboxing divisions, the Muay Thai division, the MMA division. They have such a vast array of talent, and they don't focus on social media center staging their fights. They focus on the fighters center staging the fights. They focus on the talent center staging the event. You got guys like Edward Folion. You got guys like Timothy Natsukin, who is fighting tonight, folks, for the lightweight title. You got the champ, Christian Lee. Adriano Moraes, the flyweight champion. You got a lot of good guys out there, folks. You got the lightweight kickboxing world champion, Cooley Drat. You got Reagan Sell is his name. Anthony Andrew Kawani, of course, my boy, my brother. You got Nikki Holskin, kickboxing legend. Muay Thai got Rod Tang. Folks, there's so many great martial artists that ONE FC feel they don't need, this social media crap to take over their show. Nah. And I love that because it gives us as MMA fans, as martial arts fans, a viable option other than the UFC and Bellator, which main stage are, which main stage MMA at the moment in the States, and of course for us, or it gives you a viable option to the PFL. So I love the way ONE FC do business, and I knew, people say it was an upset that Adriano Moraes defeated Demetrius Johnson. It was an upset, 100%. It was not an upset, and I'll tell you why it's not an upset. Yeah. Demetrius Johnson fought his toughest fight in that flyweight Grand Prix. Winning the Grand Prix was Danny Kingad in the finals, to win the Grand Prix tournament. And then he didn't fight after that. He had 3 fights. Yeah, he had a great performance against Danny Kingad, but then you fight the champion. You're not fighting Henry Cejudo. You're not fighting John Moraga. You're not fighting, UFC flyweights. See, fans tend to forget that there are other promotions with flyweight divisions, and who knows, their flyweight champion might be better than the UFC's. You never know. And I love these fights where a fighter does get signed to ONE FC from the UFC, or they get signed to Bellator from the UFC, like Corey Anderson and Phil Davis. And you kind of see where their true potential actually lies. And what happened here at ONE FC is that Demetrius Johnson ran into someone faster than him. He ran into someone stronger than him and more experienced. You know what I mean? A lot of fans thought that Adriano Moraes, they didn't know who he is. They knew who Demetrius Johnson was. So all of a sudden, they sort of got this notion that Demetrius Johnson was going to win. But he didn't. He got caught, spinning back fist. Then the knee to the face, which is legal, by the way, folks, at ONE Championship. It is legal. I'm just going to throw it out there right now. It is a legal knee at ONE FC. It is that knee to the face. So it wasn't an upset, folks, and congratulations to Moraes for retaining his belt. I'm interested to see what's going on for Adriano Moraes next. So, folks, coming up this Friday, folks, the 16th, 2 nights away, Bellator 257, and with Ryan Bader starting the light heavyweight Grand Prix off strong with a win over Lyoto Machida in their rematch, you have to believe that coming into this, it puts an added pressure on the champion, Vadim Nemkov. And as a new champion, coming into a light heavyweight Grand Prix against the who's who, the fucking who's who, Phil Davis, Corey Anderson, Rubble, Anthony Johnson, you got Yoel Romero, you got Ryan Bader. It's a crazy pressure that must be going through Vadim Nemkov's head. He might not show it on the outside, but on the inside, as a new champion, as a young fighter, he's hoping to sort of have one-on-one fights, But Bellator throw these curveballs in, bro. They throw the curveballs at you to make you guess. They want to know, and I love these Grand Prix because they actually test who the fucking best is at the end of it all. Yeah. Not every competitor is facing each other because you get knockout rounds. If you lose, you're gone. But at the end of it, the last man standing, it's the best. He's the best, no doubt about it. There is no ifs or buts. You got, Rubble facing. You got 2 legends in Anthony Rubble Johnson and Yoel Romero fighting in May. And you have to think, who the hell is going to win that? Who is going to, for the first time, those 2 actually face off. And when I heard that Anthony Rubble Johnson was going to get signed to Bellator, my heart dropped. My fucking balls were just steel. I had... no idea, because there was so much, in the works for Rubble to return back to the UFC. Like he was weighing in at 200 plus pounds. You know what I mean? Maybe close to 300. He put a video up. He was 320 pounds. You know what I mean? Yeah, and the thing is, if Rumble had returned to the UFC and returned to a heavyweight division, he would have done great things. No doubt about it. That heavyweight division in the UFC is stacked. The more you see it, the more stacked it becomes. And Rumble versus Curtis Blades, I would have loved to see, man. But, Bellator sort of provides a new, dichotomy, if you will, for Anthony Rumble Johnson. A dichotomy is obviously, another option, something that a spanner in the works, if you will. It throws that in for Rumble because it produces something new. Them Grand Prix that you see, they produce something new. And what Anthony Rumble Johnson is gonna experience is Yoel Romero. Who the hell's gonna win that fight? Who the hell knows? Yoel Romero's coming off 2 losses to Rubble Whittaker. Yeah. He lost to Israel Adesanya. He's had 3 championship shots, no win. But what he's done in this sport, Yoel has shown absolute freakish power, freakish athleticism. He's shown championship quality throughout his career, but he has never gotten to that stage where he has won the title. And that's obviously gotten to him at 43 years old. It's gotten to Yoel Romero that maybe he is too old to keep going. He started his UFC career, when he was 36, 37? He comes in, it's a late start as well. You get guys who start 33, 4, that's still in your prime. But you start 36, 37, your body is, and after the Olympics and doing so much combat sports, wrestling or striking, your mind starts to go like, all right, cool. Am I still there physically and mentally to be able to do this? A lot of fans think that, if you are 35, 36, you're not. But you get those fans that do have that real idea of, even at 37, 38, or 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, however old you are, if you keep yourself in great shape, you keep yourself well fit, throughout, even on the off season, you can produce great things. And I think for Yoel Romero, when he does fight Anthony Rumble Johnson, it's going to be an even keel. Anthony Rumble Johnson hasn't fought in 4 years, after he retired after losing to Daniel Cormier for the light heavyweight title. There was a lot of speculation that he would have returned to beat Daniel Cormier, but folks, that's what makes this Bellator light heavyweight Grand Prix so interesting. Is that you never know what could happen and what is going to happen. Then you take a look at this Saturday night. Then you take a look at Vadim Nemkov this Friday night at Bellator 257, kicking his championship reign and defense off against former champion Phil Davis. It's a hard fight for Nemkov. It's a very hard fight. To draw former champion like Phil Davis in your championship in your first Grand Prix tournament fight, retaining and you're the champion defending the belt. It's a hard first fight for Nemkov, I have to say. Davis has looked so good since coming to Bellator. He's looked so good. At the prime of Bellator's light heavyweight division, Phil Davis was the light heavyweight champion. He was in there with Liam McGeary at the time, one of the best light heavyweights in the world. He's been in there with, the greats, and if we run through Phil Davis, a long time top 3 light heavyweight in the UFC when he was there. There was obviously a quality difference between Davis and that top 2, say like John Jones and Daniel Cormier, but you had Phil Davis right there, and at Bellator, since coming to Bellator, he's faced Francis Khan won. He's faced former champion Emmanuel Newton and beaten him. He's faced, King Mo Lawal and he's beaten him. Linton Vassell, the head kick, he's beaten him. He did face Vadim Nemkov in 2018 and took him to a split decision. He has done it against the best, and I think it's going to be a very hard fight for Vadim Nemkov if Phil can use it. Vadim's a very well-rounded guy, but so is Phil. It's going to be a technically, balls to the wall fight, no problem. And then, folks, this Saturday night, Rubble Whittaker and Kelvin Gastelum go one-on-one in a fight where, anything can happen. Anything is going to happen. And with Kelvin Gastelum still ranked at number 8 and showing that he still has championship quality in him with that win over Ian Heinisch, Kelvin Gastelum could prove that, without a shadow of a doubt, he is perhaps still in that conversation for a championship shot. And winning this fight against Rubble Whittaker is gonna cement that rumor. It's gonna cement that statement that he is still in the conversation for a title shot. For Whittaker, man, a lot of fans are saying to Whittaker, bro, you're stupid. Why didn't you take the championship shot rematch against Israel? Whittaker said he was not ready. Whittaker then went on, beat Jared Cannonier beautifully. And then he goes now and fights Thingy. Now he goes now, folks, and he fights Kelvin Gastelum after a fight with Paulo Costa fell through. Then you have Marvin Vettori in the outworks, and Vettori's coming off a 5-fight win streak, so, and 5 of the best. So Marvin Vettori's there as well. So even if Whittaker does beat Gastelum or Gastelum beats Whittaker, Mma Fighters and Derek Brunson even are going to be standing right there. I think they should go one-on-one, to be honest. A lot of speculation. Who the fuck's next for Mma Fighters? Derek Brunson. Easy. Son of a bitch. Derek Brunson is next for Mma Fighters. I would love that fight. Yeah? Every fan going in at 185 would love that fight. Mma Fighters, Derek Brunson. Make it happen alongside, and then you have Whittaker, Gastelum, winners face each other. Boom, bam. All right, folks. So that's what's coming up this week. All right, that's what's coming up this week. And then, folks, tonight, this episode of MMA Reloaded on the mic. Folks, in the next 12 minutes, we will have the Latvian Express, one of the UK's best welterweights. Madars Fleminas is the Latvian Express, former Cage Steel welterweight champion, and a competitor in that 4-man welterweight tournament for Cage Warriors at Cage Warriors 121. So, folks, Madars Fleminas and I, we sit for the first time down in 8 months, and we have a lot to catch up on. So for those tuning in live, thank you very much for tuning in. For those fans who are not tuning in live, no worries. This will be uploaded and finished uploading by tomorrow morning. So you can watch it with your breakfast, tea, coffee, whatever you be drinking. You can watch MMA Reloaded on the mic, episode 15 with Latvian Express, Madars Fleminas for breakfast, man. No doubt about it. It's a great start to the day. So, you know what, folks? UK MMA, and I just want to say, UK MMA has always been a very big part of any, has always been a big part, of the mixed martial arts scene. You have, in terms of heritage, in terms of cultural aspects with mixed martial arts, the UK scene, the British MMA fighters, they are evolving more now than ever. Arnold Allen, You know, prime example. Arnold Allen, Michael Bisping, pioneer. Dan Hardy, pioneer. You know, in Bellator, man, you got so many UK MMA fighters, and you got so many fighters making it hard in there, man. From the UK, you got Linton Vassell, Saul Rogers, James Gallagher. You know, in the UFC, Paul Cray, you got Giant Calderwood, Scotland, you got and you got Conor McGregor, of course. How can you forget that? But then, you know, you got so many. It is unbelievable, you know, and it's gonna keep getting like that because of the public involvement, how it's evolved. UK MMA's evolved so much, and they've been inspired by the UFC. You know, they've been inspired by um, guys like Michael Bisping, who have brought that mainstream attention from the UFC onto the British MMA stage. You got guys like Dominic Gibbs, you know, and who runs Cage Steel, and Ray Thompson, who runs Almighty Fight Championships. You know, you've got Cage Warriors, the mainstream performance, mainstream center stage for UK MMA fighters to fight, you know, because it's on UFC Fight Pass. You know what I'm saying? And you got Jack Shaw, you know, it's another name, Jack Shaw. You got so many up and coming as well. And you can see some of those up and coming guys. You can see those up and coming fighters, folks, on Cage Steel 25, man. You know, Owen Livesey, Oscar Owensworth. We saw Carl Jones Jr., James Power. So many studs, folks. And it was, you know, it was a pleasure to call it. So if you want to check out some UK MMA, folks, either go on UFC Fight Pass for Cage Warriors. You know, check out any regional promotion and you'll see what I'm talking about. So, folks, we're about to do the particulars right now for the Latvian Express Madars Fleminas. Don't go anywhere, man. You know the deal. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, so we're back live. Just had to do the particulars with Madars Fleminas, folks, who will join us live on MMA Reloaded Raw Talk, episode 15, folks, and that's this episode right here that you are tuned in live to. So, you know what? Yeah, folks, as I've been saying, it's going to be a crazy week for MMA, a great week to be an MMA fan. Of course, I talked about one championship or one FC on TNT 1. I didn't explain exactly what's happening tonight. So, one FC on TNT 2, headlined by a lightweight championship fight between Christian Lee, the champ, against Timothy Natsukin. And Timothy Natsukin, folks, has beaten 4 of the best, in his last 5 fights. So he's 4-1 in his last 5, beating the likes of Peter Buist and Eddie Alvarez. Then you have Christian Lee, folks. This guy, won the title of Shinya Aoki. He's won the lightweight Grand Prix after that, then defended the title. So he's done so much at such a young age already, and all I have to say is, man, just keep defending the belt. He says he's the best lightweight in the world. Very confident. Of course, his sister, Angela Lee, and his other sister, Victoria Lee, two outstanding fighters in their own right. So when we talk, Madars is ready, folks, and I guess, man, so am I. I'm ready too. Let's go. Yeah, man. Where are you, bro? Yeah, man.
Oh, you can hear me now?
Yeah, man. I can hear you, brother. How you doing, man?
I'm good. My laptop was lagging.
Yeah.
Nightmare.
That's a bitch, isn't it? No, man. How you doing, man? It's been a long time, bro. 8 months, man. We haven't linked up.
Yeah, I'm good. Just ticking off, doing the whole same stuff. I'm good.
How's it been for you, Madars, man, in COVID and lockdown and stuff, bro?
Yeah, it's a bit, how to say? It's not that easy. You want to say, yeah, it's all same, you're training same, but is for real is not like that. Like before, you got all the jiu-jitsu rounds in. Now I can't get all the rounds in, but I still training the MMA, so it's kind of, yeah. So it's like hard to say how it's lockdown. I'm still doing my thing, but yeah, I think like before the lockdown, the old gyms was more open, so you can pop in any high-level jiu-jitsu gym and just get the good rounds in. Like now, I can't remember when I last time roll like high-level jiu-jitsu, So, but when you're doing MMA, you kind of don't feel like you need it. But like you see my last couple fights, yeah, it's like you get tapped out. And I kind of blame it that I didn't get the higher level rolls, So, but it is what it is. Just keep moving on.
So is that how did you then how were you training then, bro, in 2020 and during lockdown and COVID? Because you fought a couple of times in 2020 as well, bro. How were you training for those fights, man? What was your camp like?
Yeah, we got good team in Nottingham, 4 Dimension.
Okay.
And yeah, there is a couple guys exactly the same like me. We all come in one place. So we got Tuesdays and Thursdays is sparring, and Tuesday we got good wrestling session, and you basically can train all day. I still got some small place over here in Grimsby where I'm living. So I got a couple guys who's training with me, but they're not that high level, but I still can do exact same technique what I learned in Nottingham from the high level wrestling coach, so I can practice and then get better. And plus, I got now head coach in Lincoln. So I traveled to Lincoln, and the guy gave me some pad work and got some guys who come down to help me. So yeah, loads of traveling for me. It's like I'm saying I'm home just Monday and Wednesday, and that's all.
Oh, I mean, how does that feel to you, man? Like going. How do you feel after you go and travel?
It
To
feels
yeah.
it feels like you don't have time.
Because bro, Lincoln, you live in Grimsby right now. You train, you go to Nottingham, go to Lincoln. Why? Do you think it would be? Is it beneficial for fighters to do that, bro, and try different gyms for different aspects of mixed martial arts, or is it more beneficial to stick with one?
I don't know. It was like if here in Grimsby have one high level gym, I probably didn't travel. But because here around me there is no like high level gyms where I can get all MMA aspects what I need, jiu-jitsu, wrestling. I need mix it up, and so that's why I start looking at and traveling. It's a lot traveling. Like to Nottingham, it take me just 2 hours one way, So
Oh,
and Lincoln is like 1 hour 10 minutes. So it's like it's a lot, but yeah, it's paying off. I feel like I'm getting better. That's the main thing. I getting better. There is some things what I want to work, and now because the last thing I was talking with my coach in Nottingham, so that's how I feel. How I feel on the ground. I feel like I need them high level rounds in the jiu-jitsu aspect to get improved there as well. So my coach is gonna try sort me out in Nottingham, get some high level grapplers in, and do some extra rolling with me only. So
yeah.
I feel like I get him back. I see my last fight. If you watch my last fight on Cage Warriors,
Yeah,
I was like, mate, I was 2 rounds in and I didn't get even one punch in the face. So that's like, come on,
Because he was it was a very wrestling forward approach from him. That's why, bro. Yeah, his game plan was quite simple, innit? To take you down. But were you training jujitsu for that for Jack Grant, bro?
Yeah, his again was like kind of 3 week before the fight. Some another guy was pulling out. I
Yeah.
should fight proper strikers, so I didn't put a lot of jiu-jitsu rounds in. I think he's gonna be striker, and obviously me and Jack is from same village as well.
Oh.
So I kind of know, and they offer me fight the Jack, and we kind of friends and all this kind of stuff here in Grimsby. The fight was massive. If they say if the crowds if the like the show's been open for the crowds, they be sold out. Like people was that interested in that fight. And it's play exactly how it should play. My striking was a lot better, and wrestling. I did my wrestling bit against the wall. What I think that is not gonna get me down, and the only place where I can fail it is in the middle in the cage when he can surprise me. But I didn't expect him to shoot that early. Think he's gonna try shoot in the third round, but yeah, he shoot in the second, surprised me, get me down, and did some beautiful submissions. So it's all good.
Because I watched you, I was following your social media, bro, leading up to that fight. You were training your boxing a lot in that camp, man. And you were training your striking a lot. Did you expect him to wrestle you, or did you expect him to stand?
So Jack kind of is quite experienced guy. Like he's got loads of fights under his belt. So previous fights, every time he's before the fight, to say he's gonna knock somebody out. He's actually tried knock somebody out, and he say in my fight as well. He says he thinks he's gonna put me away. So I was expecting him coming out and try put me away. What he's actually try, I can feel like every shot what he was missing, they just feel the wind. So there was hard shots, but so he didn't hit me. And I was start popping the jabs. I land a couple jabs, and I start see he didn't like in the first round. And when we was wrestle, is all my pepper shots. What I did the full damage on his face. And when he's come out in the second, every shot what I throw it is landed. And I didn't. I just wish he give a little bit more time. Like I didn't. Yeah, I didn't like my coach say you need push the brakes a little bit. Because when I start landing the shots, I start getting excited and I got too much forward. So the game plan was for me was perfect. I just need to stick to it. But as soon as I start landing, I fucking throw it away and get fucked up.
Because that's what happens, right? I mean, if you get too over carried away on the feet, yeah, you could get taken down. You know what I mean? Or you can
Exactly.
but that's what goes through the other guy's mind, right? Is that I'm losing on the feet, so what do I do? You know,
Yeah,
man.
I think because of probably I still don't have a lot of MMA fights. I can't, like. So I guess it's all coming. It's like I say, one fight you do perfect by the game plan, another fight you just blow it away because you're getting so excited by landing shots. So we're all learning. I think Jack's experience play well for that fight for him because it's like he just did the right decision and should get me down, get the submission. So, but any another time, the fight is gonna go different way.
Well, Madars, sometimes when I talk about experience with other guys, I talk about their amateur career. You had a great amateur career, bro. You only you had a very successful one, I might say. And that's why I always talk about experience with your amateur career, and guys using their amateur career, have as many fights as you can, and then go professional.
I know what you're saying, but I didn't have a lot in amateur, like long fights.
Yeah,
not a lot long fights, and in amateur, there was the main thing. I know 9 minutes I can run over, and then every fight I just go out muscles blazing, because I know the 9 minutes you can't get me tired in the 9 minutes. That's for sure. And it's like, and they all amateur guys, you do one round hard with them and they all heavy breathing. So, but on I think that was the plus from beginning when I start the amateur fights, because every time I go out is one round, what it takes to them get tired and I just start blazing, So it's like, yeah, it didn't get the experience what I wanted. And at the end, this was hard to get an amateur, like high level amateurs to fight me. So It's like, but yeah, I know what you're saying. It's definitely, well, yeah, I love MMA. That's why I'm doing it, So it is what it is. And it's looking like the future looking still good. So I'm all happy.
It looks good, man. And let's talk about how it started for you, bro, at Cage Warriors. Of course, you fought at Cage Warriors three professional fights in your career. You made your first debut, and you defeated, I think, Oscar Unsworth at Cage Warriors 101, and then you went into, then you went back. You won the Cage Steel welterweight championship off of Tom Crosby. You come back. How did you feel after winning the Cage Steel welterweight title? Because you were 6-0 at that time. You come back to Cage Warriors. You fight Mick Stanton. How were you feeling coming back into Cage Warriors at that time, man?
Yeah, it was a bit different story. I think I got the Matthew Bonner fight.
Matt Bonner, that's it.
Yeah. I won that one, and then after I got just one fight contract with Cage Warriors, so I won that one, and then I got offered fight for World Combat Fighting Championship where I finished Richard Kenneth. He was at the time 6-0. I finished him in the first round, and then for the world title, and then I fight Cage Steel. Tom Crosby, where I finished in the second round, and then Cage Warriors come with a 5-fight contract. And then I fight, I think, George Hardwick.
You fought Hardwick, yeah. You fought Hardwick.
Yeah, I beat Hardwick, and then it's come offer to fight Adam Proctor for the interim title fight, like that kind of like elimination fight. So I lost that one, and that was the loss, was to like open my eyes where I need to put the work in. Yeah. So it is what it is. Adam just was bad on that night. And then lockdowns hit, and that's it. And this is all this funny things about lockdown, and it's just one fight after another. I basically fight every Cage Warriors as soon as lockdown starts, And I think all the training catch me up as well. It's like I got loads of injuries before I going in with Jack Grant fight, because full year is like soon as I finish fight, I get in the camp again. As soon as I finish fight, I get in camp again, and my body didn't get rest. And then I fight that Matthew Spiglak was good, but I start splitting up with my coach. So my head was in the right place. I start moving more around, driving around, and I didn't have a corner man for that fight. I got just one best friend in the corner, so I feel kind of lost. That one, that's only lost. What bothers me is a Matthews Figlak, and I will get that back. I promise myself. So, and yeah, and the mixed Anton. Obviously, I stick to the game plan and been pretty comfortable. And the last fight, yeah, it's just it's nice. It's like a shach and mat, you know, who's gonna play better his cards. And Jack did a good job.
So then, you know, as of late, bro, coming into that welterweight tournament, yeah. So it's a 4-man welterweight tournament. Yourself, Jack Grant, you had Gary in there as well. How were you feeling when the tournament was announced, bro? You know, at the start.
Yeah, the first I got a different opponent before. It wasn't Jack who was in the tournament, you know. There was another guy, but he's pulled out, so they bring the Jack in. Okay. So I feel good. I still feel that this day think is like I'm better fight for Ian Gary than Jack Grant, but that's just my opinion. And I can bring it, and it's hard to hit me. And Ian don't like a lot of. So I was pretty confident. I was pretty confident to bring to the fourth, fifth round. And fourth, fifth round, they nobody's bringing Ian Gary to the deep waters still yet. You know, he's always finished the fights early. He's got one fight, I think 3-round fights, and I think that like I might lose 1 and 2 rounds, but third, fourth, five, like I hardly get tired when I'm proper all fuel up. Hardly get tired, and I think the championship rounds is best for me. And I was confident, and I'm still confident I will get the belt. So nothing changed in this side.
I mean, you know, Madars, performing at Cage Warriors, and of course with Cage Warriors being live on UFC Fight Pass as well, man. How does that make you feel? Because of course there's going to be a lot of eyes on you, you know, and there's going to be a lot of eyes on the Cage Warriors event. How does that make you feel, man, to perform?
Now you put a lot more pressure than it actually is. Wow. You put the pressure. I did. I think is playing because it's like I remember all these small shows. I told before already, I think with somebody, all these small shows, there is no big TV deals, you know, not like you said, not really somebody's watching behind the TV, you know, is maybe later just in the YouTube. So there I just go out and enjoy. And when I fight on the Cage Warriors, it's a lot different. It's like, you know, the eyes is on you. And I kind of, some fights I feel like I start playing too safe, you know, like, but it's all changed. It's all here, and I start realizing playing too safe is not gonna be good to me. I'm all for dog fights, and I can't wait to my next one. I'm telling you, I'm pretty excited. I just can't wait to get back in it.
You know, and when you say that, you know, when you look at a fighter's head, you know, and then to see what they're thinking. You know, and how soon you want to get back in there, Madars. You know, how important is that for a fighter to have such a be mentally strong, you know, coming off a loss and say that, you know what, I want to get back in there 2 weeks, 3 weeks from now.
Yeah, it's probably again how you lost, you know. I come out like no marks on me. It's like it's a submission. Yeah, everyone can catch you out in the submission. It can be in the first round early, and this time it was like not nice setup for Jack, but it's not. It's hard to say. It's like mental. I didn't probably go for next fight. Like if the Cage Warriors offer me like next fight, you're gonna fight this. No, I probably prefer the kind of my fight, what I want to fight, and then I say yes. I mean, like opponent wise, you know, like I really, because I still can't get my jiu-jitsu round, so I probably not take the fight if they give me somebody who's like high submission like rates, you know. but I still need them rounds, and I want and I looking at. As soon as I get jiu-jitsu rounds, I will get back on it. But yeah, we'll see. I think here and is like, and believe me, I'm talking about jiu-jitsu and all this kind of stuff. My jiu-jitsu not bad. It's definitely not bad. I know how good is it, and people who trains with me know how good is it. It's just to get that high level who make you survive, who make you tough like every round, you know, because it's hard. I train with the high level guys, and if they can't tap me every round, it's hard. It's hard to get better, you know. Yeah. So yeah, I see it that way. So I just want somebody who make me look like who make me tough and who make me look like a pussy in a round, you know. So that's all.
Yeah, that's what it is, though, right? I mean, like, you know, when you took those fights in 2020, of course, you know, you said you didn't get that high level sort of training, you know, and you had to travel here and here, you know. Does that do anything for you mentally, you know? And when you come into high level fights like that welterweight tournament, how important is it to have a complete training camp for you, bro, and get your rounds in? Oh.
It's probably been more important, but I got a proper game plan, and the game plan by my head coach was we know we can't get the rounds in, but if I just stick to the game plan, I know I can get the W. But like I said, their last fight, there is nothing to blame. The game plan was working well. It's happened exactly how we was imagined, you know, like first round, he's gonna try strike, I will land, he gonna miss it, he gonna start wrestle, I will be very active in a wrestle. And then in the second round, we're gonna keep doing the same thing, moving a circle around the cage. If he try to take me down, I got against the fence, I can defend. And we think already in the second round he's gonna come out tired, and that's exactly what's happened. He was quite heavy breathing, and then it's just my excitement. I fucked it up, and I accept that. Like, you know, I proper fucked it up, but it is what it is. We're gonna get better on next time.
So then, just to close it off, Madars, how important? Because, bro, this is mixed martial arts, right? And a lot of guys, a lot of fighters that I speak to, they always say that, you know, how important it is to have a good base, to be well-rounded coming into fights, you know, and be prepared for this and this. But then you get these guys who get stuck in habits, you know, and they don't, you know, if you're a wrestler and they just stick to wrestling. How important is it, man, coming into fights to be prepared for things like that, you know, for guys who you don't expect to shoot, but do shoot?
Yeah, there is a, how to say, you definitely need to be well rounded. It's good when you get in a training camp, can get everything, like good jiu-jitsu rounds, good wrestling rounds, good sparring rounds, striking and everything. But like for me, what's now playing is a good head coach. Like I say, if I do what my head coach saying, I know I can win it. And it's like this last time, you know, like he's got a great game plan. And if you truly believe the game plan and you do all the things what need to be done, what exactly he's saying, it's like if you got like, yeah, it's very important to have a good head coach with a good game plan. And I think then you can might put some leak like, oh, I don't have this jiu-jitsu rounds, like it's impossible get them or something. But if your coach got a perfect vision and game plan and you know you can do it, then do it. That was my situation was like, I truly believe the game plan, and I just because when you start punching people's faces, you get excited and you think, oh, let's go. And that's just my express, switch it on, and I couldn't stop at the train, you know, so, and he's take me down very easily. But yeah, it's good. But like I say, it's more important to have a good head coach, the game plan, vision, how you're going to win. I always got good visions on how the fight's going to play up. But yeah, next time out, there will be a little bit different animal, still with the game plan, but we're gonna go take the heads off.
Man, you know what, Madars, brother, it's always good to hear from you, man. Always, bro.
It's always to see you.
I always enjoy talking to you, man. And I know you want to get back in there as soon as possible, brother. Uh, so I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to it, man. Keep me updated always, bro.
Yeah, I need shoot to the gym, and yeah, we can talk anytime you want, mate. Just give me a message before the fight, after the fight, whatever. I'm open. Sometimes you fucked it up, sometimes you're doing well, but it's all fucking funny games. So
It is.
it's great.
It is. Well, thank you so much, bro.